Hello and welcome to La La Land on LA Talk Live. I'm Brett Chapin. Thanks for joining us. This is the only nationally broadcast show by Los Angeles artists about Los Angeles artists. We have a jam-packed show today. Engineer Van Erck, jam-packed.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. With beautiful people all around. This has been a magnificent morning. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this.
Yes, please. You're always welcome on our show, and you're doing a good job over there doing the engineering work, which you're going to be teaching me, or someone's going to be teaching me here pretty soon.
I'll teach you. I'll teach you. I don't mind teaching you. That's an honor and a privilege to be able to teach you.
I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to sit in that chair.
There you go, the command chair.
Nice.
You know, Captain Kirk.
Well, this is our second week on LA Talk Live, and we're getting things going. I'm excited to have so many great guests here today, and thanks to all of you for being here. I'm going to introduce you individually. We have pharmacist Jill Colin from CVS, who is going to be coming in here and giving me a flu shot later at the end of the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we have actress and marketing guru Caitlin O'Brien. Thanks. And we have Doug Oliphant and Allison Volk of Drive Theater Company. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having
us. And on the phone with us, and we're going to be talking to them first today, we have Mark and Marina from An Active Dog. Hi, Mark and Marina.
Hey! How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for calling, and thanks for being with us today and coming back on the show. This is the second time we've had you on. I'm so glad to have you back.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We appreciate you for helping us share what we're doing.
No problem. Now, Mark and Marina are from an organization called An Active Dog. You can find information about them at anactivedog.com. I came across their organization, and I think it's absolutely wonderful what you guys are doing. Can you tell everybody a little bit about An Active Dog?
Yeah, what it is actually Mark is the artist, and he's actually painting 5,500 shelter dogs. That represents the number killed every day in U.S. shelters. And we're creating a huge memorial to raise money and awareness to give to all 100% to go towards no-kill shelters across America. So.
That's incredible. And Mark, his plan is to paint 5,500 shelter dogs individually. Is that right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How many do you have so far, Mark?
There's over 3,000 that I've completed so far, and I've probably got a little less than 2,500 to go.
That's fantastic. How long have you been working on it?
We've been doing it about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half now.
That's great. So tell me where exactly you sell the paintings, and where exactly are the profits going?
Actually, the paintings are not for sale. What we were trying to do was raise the amount of money per painting to add up to $20 million. But people were confused, thinking they could actually take the painting. And so what we did is we changed it to people just can become benefactors. And that money, 100%, goes into the $20 million fund. And then that money is then going to be divided up and shared with no-kill groups, rehabilitation, medical needs, all of those kind of needs, just to basically support shelters making that transition as well.
And also the reason if we sold them, it would be a one-time thing. This allows us to actually raise money continually for the no-kill effort.
And that's basically the general idea is you support America being a no-kill nation where they don't euthanize animals, or is it they don't euthanize any animals, right? Not just dogs.
Healthy and adoptable animals can all be adopted out, and if people adopt the no-kill equation in their shelter, you can actually save all of the healthy adoptable animals.
Are there other countries besides us that are looking at becoming no-kill nations?
There are. Obviously, Canada is doing some great work. New Zealand, Australia, Germany already. They don't kill their animals in Germany. So there are countries that are way ahead. But America, has a ways to go. We do have 50 open admission no-kill shelters in America. So, and they're highly successful, and these are shelters that were struggling using the old paradigm, killing millions of animals, and turned around very, very quickly. So it doesn't take a lot of time. It does take more effort, but it's ethically and economically the only thing that makes sense.
And where was there a particular incident or something that gave you the idea to start your organization? Is there a particular incident, or where did the idea stem from?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we were two people. We'd moved to Santa Fe, and we were happy with our lives, and we were looking at the possibility of adopting a dog. And that's really how it came about. Instead of finding a dog, I came across all of these awful statistics, and just seeing how many of the shelters were kill shelters and how few of them were no-kill, and looking at the gas chambers. And so I kept sending all of these horrible statistics and images to Mark, the artist, and he was just horrified by them. So I just persisted and kept sending them. And then it stirred a conversation for us, because, Mark had about 6 months prior to that lost his dog of 21 years, Santina. And so, they had a huge impact in his life. And so seeing what was going on was just horrifying, definitely to him. And it was completely new to me. So with that information, we sort of, it felt very overwhelming just looking at the problem. And fortunately, we discovered that there was a no-kill solution out there. There was a movement already existing, but it certainly wasn't getting any attention that it needed to. And so Mark actually gone to bed, and then the next morning he got up and asked me for the number of dogs that are killed every day. And his idea was obviously, I think it was stimulated somewhat from the Vietnam War Memorial, imagining just what one day's worth of dogs would look like. And all the money goes to all the animals in shelters to save them all, but he wanted to do something that would be very impactful. So it's going to take him 2 years to paint what we kill in one day. So when you come to that exhibit, you're looking at just one day's worth. And the idea is to move people to action, to be part of the change.
Well, I think it's an absolutely wonderful organization that you have. Mark, you were going to say something? I'm sorry.
No, I think that, when we started, our whole thing was it to be impactful and to actually be able to put a face to these needless killings that are happening every day. And so when you say 5,500, the thing is that what we wanted to do is make people actually confront what is being killed in one day. And through the paintings, we're going to be able to do that.
It's a really interesting idea and an excellent one. So what do you say to people that might say, you know what, Mark and Marina, America needs to be a kill nation because there's just too many dogs. There's just too many stray dogs and too many dogs suffering. What would you say to somebody that might have that opinion?
They just need to get educated. I would direct them actually to nokilladvocacycenter.org, and that's where they can look at all of the statistics and all the myths as well, because there's a lot of them out there, and that's actually not true. All we actually have is a pet distribution problem. We have plenty of states that don't have enough animals. We have hundreds of thousands being imported from other countries. I mean, there's a lot of angles to this, but certainly, I think it's every year it's close to 17 million people are looking to adopt a new animal, and it's about market share. It's about getting them into the shelters as opposed to getting them from the backyard or breeders or pet shops. So that's really, it's just raising awareness, educating people, helping people understand, and then it's simple. It's really not difficult. And one of the things that we wanted to do with this, we knew we had to create something that was extremely newsworthy. And I've been getting it into the media and try to spread it that way. So we just had Oprah and National Geographic just interviewed us. And so that's really going to help get it out there as well and spread it a bit further and wider.
That's great. Well, I wish the both of you the best of luck, and I hope you call us back down the line and let us know what's going on with your continued efforts.
We will. Thanks so much, and thanks for everybody who's listening. And please, everybody, do your part. Thanks for using your platform, Brett.
Absolutely. No problem, and thanks for calling. Mark and Marina.
Okay. Have a great show, guys.
Thank you. Mark and Marina.
Bye.
Mark and Marina from anactivedog.com. Honestly, I came across this website, and I think everybody should check it out because it's pretty fantastic what they're doing for animals in this country, and I think it's great. So thank you to them for being on.
Yes, yes, because being from the East Coast and coming over here, California, they love their animals. They love their animals, especially dogs. I'm a cat person because I'm Leo, so I favor the cats. But coming over here and seeing how loved dogs are by the humans over here, some of them take care of their dogs better than themselves. But that's all right though. True. But that's all right. To each their own. But
absolutely.
It's good that there's somebody that's going to look out for them because they don't have a voice.
They can't do it themselves.
Nah,
dogs.
No, they dogs.
Anactivedog.com for Mark and Marina. Do you want to just switch over to our guests and just forget the commercials for now? That's
up to you, man. This is you, man. You're only 14 minutes in, so wait until at least the 20 to 25 before we go to a break. Why?
Let's keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. This is reality radio for your listening pleasure.
Very nice. Let's move over to Mr. Doug Oliphant and Miss Allison Volk. Thank you so much for joining us. They are from the Drive Theater Company.
Yeah.
And you guys are doing a show right now, and I'm really getting in early on this, but you guys are doing a show that the last two performances are tonight and Tuesday. It's called 44 Plays for 44 Presidents. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, 44 Plays for 44 Presidents. It's a play that consists of 44 mini plays, one for each president. So the play starts with George Washington. You see a little bit of his presidency, and it goes and follows each one of the presidents through history, ending with Barack Obama. And then the last thing we do in the show is there's an audience vote where the audience gets to cheer for either a second term Obama play or a Romney first term play, and then whichever has the greatest response, we do that play, and it generates a lot of conversation whether your president was chosen or not after the show, which is great. The whole thing is about getting out to vote and making your voice heard.
That's
in
awesome.
The election.
I love that you have the choice by applause of Romney or Barack.
Last night we had a crowd that was just like raising their hands. It was kind
they were a very polite audience, which was great. I mean, they applauded after each number, and that hasn't happened before. But at the end, everybody raised their hand for their voted president, and then we had to encourage them
Come on, you guys.
to clap and
You had
get a little rowdy.
to hold 44 times for applause after each show?
Well, there's a transition. It's 43 transitions in 44 plays. So we have to get props set. There's over 100 props in the show, so there's so much that has to happen between each one that there's a little break between each one, so people can applaud or
All right.
clap their hands or boo or cheer if they like that president or whatever they want to do.
I don't think anyone's booed yet. Has
I know. I really
Nobody
want
say,
somebody to boo them.
Every night.
There's some terrible presidents in our past.
Yeah, nobody say he sucked.
I know.
Every night Doug gets up and the actors are like backstage like ready to go on, and Doug says, "You can cheer if you want, and you can also boo." And we're back there going, "What?"
But it's booing for the
know.
president, not their performance.
Nobody boos Nixon?
No,
Nixon rocks.
That's funny.
Nixon
I
is
love
our
the Nixon
musical
play.
number.
Yeah.
One of our
Very
musical
nice.
numbers.
So how long, if it's 44 plays, how long does each one run?
About 2 minutes, so give or take a couple minutes. Some of them are really short. Some of them last maybe up to 4, maybe even 5 minutes, but about 2 minutes per play. So the whole thing runs about an hour 50 without the intermission, 2 hours, 2 hours 5 minutes with an intermission.
Yeah, because it's like, how much can you say about like McKinley or somebody that is not more? Maybe
McKinley's
you can
a
say a
short
lot,
one, but-
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of the obscure ones actually have really interesting plays for them, and the purpose of those obscure plays is really to educate you, and you leave knowing something about these obscure presidents you weren't even sure were presidents, like Chester A. Arthur.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
people are
yeah.
like, was that a
Yeah, exactly.
who is Chester A. Arthur? And that one's actually an audience participation one where we bring an audience member up on stage, and they put the presidential jacket on, which is passed from president to president each play, and it's a Q&A with the audience member of whether a quote that the actor reads off of a cue card, whether the quote is a real quote or a fake quote, and then
That's
the
really
audience
cool.
member has to respond. And
Game show style.
it's a game show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys are getting creative with this. I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's actually in conjunction with a festival, right? A national festival?
That's right. Yeah, there's this is the first time it's happened. The play has been around for 10 years, and it's evolved and been presented at different theaters around the country over those years. But this year, there was a festival committee that put together just incentives and tried to get the word out to as many producers as possible to inspire 44 different productions of the play to happen around the country leading up to Election Day. And they did it, and they actually exceeded their goal. They ended up getting 49 different productions, and I think something like 29 different states around the country.
Wow.
So it's all over. It's really exciting. So we're the one that's happening in Los Angeles. Drive Theater's producing that play, but
Are there
there's-
others in California?
There were two in San Jose actually.
Right.
There was a community theater in San Jose that did it, along with I believe it was a high school in San
There's
Jose.
a lot of schools doing it.
Yeah, it was big.
Okay.
It was so much of this is presidential education, even though it's a very exciting way to learn about our history and our presidents. It attracts a lot of high schools and colleges to do it, and it's a great actor challenge. So theater programs in colleges get a lot out of it for their actors, and you learn a lot.
Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot lately that there is so much information on history and politics in theater and musical theater. Like on Friday I went to see 1776, and then I went to see Assassins, and tonight I'm going to see 44 plays
Yeah.
for 44 presidents. So
Yeah.
Right.
there's a lot of history in all that.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny when you're working on
Yeah.
the show because all of a sudden you start noticing like, oh, that's Polk Street. Oh, Madison Avenue. Oh yeah, that was a president. Like
Yeah.
so much of our culture is around these
There's
presidents that you just forget.
I think in
Okay.
South Carolina there's a community college called John Tyler Community
Yeah.
College,
Wow.
which
John
I'd
Tyler.
seen stuff before and about this school, but then I realized, wait a minute, that was a president of ours, and I just realized that this guy was a president because of our play. Now all the presidents' names are in my head, so
Don't tell
amazing
me
how many
theater
things
doesn't
that they can
educate.
yeah.
It's great. So as far as Drive Theater Company goes, how did all that get started?
Yeah, about a year ago in October, a friend of mine, Timothy Cook, and I met, and I had really wanted to be proactive in my theater career. I decided a little while ago that I really was passionate about directing theater, and as a young artist, I felt like I didn't have enough opportunities at the moment, and so I wanted to make those opportunities for myself and put work out there. And my friend Tim was in a similar position, and we were both here in LA, and said, hey, maybe we could start a company for the sake of generating a body of work for ourselves and other like-minded artists. And yeah, we sort of started with conversations, figured out our mission statement. We decided we were going to do bold American plays that would explore what it meant to be an American.
Nice.
And we would do anything from new plays to contemporary plays or American classics, but we'd keep it in playwrights that were America-based, plays written in America. And then the other big thing we wanted to do with it was collaborate with either other companies in Los Angeles to be larger than just a self-contained company, but rather one that partners with different groups, or even better than that, partners with groups outside of Los Angeles and kind of takes LA theater and brings it out to the rest of the country, because I really believe in what happens in LA theaters, and I feel like it's just not known. What's going on isn't known through the rest of the country. So it's part of our mission to go and collaborate with other countries. I'm sorry, other cities and companies in other cities.
So if
make work.
would your ultimate goal maybe be to make Drive Theater Company a traveling company that kind of goes around, or
Possibly. I've definitely thought about what it would be like to take a production and bring it to another city, or take a company from another city and bring them into Los Angeles, so that there's dialogue going about things that are happening in LA and also happening in other cities. And it's in 2012 we're such a we have so many internet opportunities, social media, ways of connecting with each other, that I think it's it's smart to take advantage of those in the ways that we can connect, and not just stay isolated in our location.
I agree. I agree. It's that sounds like a theater exchange program.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
So being a part of this festival has really been great, because I've had dialogue with people in Boston and in New York and in Chicago, and a thing that the festival asks every producer to do is to there's a Tumblr page in which each group can post and wish whatever theater company is opening that night happy opening, or post stuff from their production on there. So all of the groups have been seeing what each other's production is doing, wishing them well wishes when they open, and the festival just culminated 2 days ago with a video project where each production was given permission by the playwrights to film one of their plays, one of the mini plays in their production, and they'd all be compiled in about a 2-hour-long video that would go up online, where any viewer can see all 44 different participating productions, see like a 2-minute snippet of their production, and that just went up, I think, just 2 days ago.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Where can people find that? That's on YouTube?
It's on Vimeo, actually. If you go to Google and type in 44 films for 44 presidents, it's the first search result that comes up.
Very
And
nice.
we come in at like an hour and 38 minutes.
Yeah, we our video was the Richard Nixon number, which is a musical, and so we made a whole music video set outside of the theater for it. That's a lot of fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So what about your personal history as artists? Like I'll maybe start with you, Allison. Where are you from? Los Angeles, or?
No, I'm from Colorado, but I went to school on the East Coast, and actually I met Doug in Connecticut at the O'Neill Theater Center when I was doing a conservatory type of program there, and that's where I really discovered that I could be an actress and a playwright professionally.
Doug said, "Come to Los Angeles." Allison. No.
No, it's the other way
No,
around,
it's the other way.
actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good job, Allison.
I was here first.
Okay.
Rub it in. No, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to come here, but Allison was here a year before I came, and then it was exciting that we get to meet up again.
Mm-hmm.
And you're co-founders of Drive Theater Company, or
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tim was my co-founder of Drive Theater Company, and we had worked to create what we were going to do. We had all these meetings leading up to it, and then we decided we were going to do 44 plays as our first production. We had all this momentum, but Tim's freelance career as a director started picking up, and he was doing a number of assistant directing gigs, which was terrific. And then he got an offer from Moises Kaufman to assistant direct on The Heiress on Broadway, and that coincided right with 44 plays. So he made the decision that he was going to go to New York and assistant direct on that production, which is a great, it's such a great opportunity. Yeah, what a jerk, right? No, I mean, I'm so thrilled for him, but he left to do that and then move his career forward in New York. He's got a lot of opportunities for him there.
Good.
So we're in a transition phase of figuring out where the company's going next. But Allison has a pretty awesome play that I'm looking to.
Yeah, that was going to
on
be
in the
my next
future.
question. What's coming up for Drive Theater Company? What's your next show? Do you have any idea yet, or?
Yeah, well,
Can you talk about it?
yeah, well, we can definitely talk about it. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. It's when you're a homeless theater company and you just have a mission statement. You kind of float and you wait for something to come up, or you assemble a lot of your friends and you have like this great camaraderie and you're like, yeah, we're gonna go and do something. But we're really just taking it project to project and figuring out who is our team. We have this production. We know who worked with us then, but but Allison, like she said, is a playwright, and she wrote a play called Right of Seymour.
Yeah.
And she can talk a little bit about that, but I think that's what's coming up.
Tell us about Rite of Seymour, Allison.
Well, it's actually my first full-length play.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This summer I had a great opportunity to workshop the play in New York City with the Lunar Energy Productions. So I spent a couple of weeks up there just like really working it. And
Fun.
Doug has been such a great supporter of my writing. When we were in school together, he directed one of my one-act plays, and it was very good what you did.
Well, what Allison writes is really awesome. She writes in a great magical realism style, which is one of my favorite things, where extraordinary circumstances have to be carried out like everyday things. You have to deal with things when they're not normal, and I think that's a really fascinating way to look at life, look at humanity, because it kind of opens you up to things that you don't think of normally, but yet are things that you do deal with in your own life. They're just presented in a different way. So this play, Seymour, is exciting. So tell them about Seymour.
Okay.
Yeah, just tell whatever you want to reveal about it.
I'll give you a synopsis.
Okay.
So it takes place in the 1950s, and basically the story opens with a woman who she took her husband to the doctor because he was acting kind of weird that morning. Mm-hmm. And the doctor comes out and says, we need to have a talk. There's, your husband, there's some bad news. He's devolving. Instead of evolving, he's devolving.
Okay.
And he's basically turning into a caveman. So when he comes out, he's kind of like a monkey. And she has a dinner party the next night. So it's her dealing with her husband as this monkey while she's throwing a dinner party. And
that's hilarious.
Thank you.
Don't give away any more. I don't even want to know.
That's all you get.
You guys need to do this show.
It's going to be awesome because basically the first big moment after this woman gets the news is that, she finds that her husband is devolving, doesn't believe it. She's there in the waiting room in the doctor's office, and the next thing that happens is a monkey enters, and she does not have any connection to the fact that monkey might be her husband at all. So there's this, it's just like a silent scene that plays out with a monkey on stage that is very still, and they have eye contact, and then the monkey does something and she looks away, and then it becomes a very human thing when she realizes that this monkey is her husband, and it's a very interesting thing to see somebody deal with such a ridiculous situation.
I am dying to play the monkey.
It's got to be the best role anybody can play.
Hilarious. It's great.
Yeah.
We're talking with Doug Oliphant and Allison Volk of Drive Theater Company. If you have any questions for either one of them, make sure you give us a call at 323-247-7443. That's 323-247-7443. We're going to be back to talk to you guys in just a minute, okay?
Great.
On La La Land on LA Talk Live.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm starting over again. Life moving forward, but here I am falling backward before I begin. Feeling defeated, I wasted my time. Jumped in the backseat with excuses of why I reacted so tragically. at the wall. I feel no pain, no joy, no nothing at all. I'm a mural of gray, plain and dull. Where do we go to reopen?
Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. I'm Brett Chapin, and this is music from an artist by the name of Alicia Grant, who's going to be our guest on November 17th, bringing some music back to La La Land. We're going to set her up right over there, play some live music. Pretty good stuff.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You know, this is live entertainment. Like I said, for your listening pleasure as well. You know,
I cannot wait.
Yeah, they had on the Dawn Christie show yesterday. She had a young lady who played the electric violin, and she was awesome. She had me like this. I was like, yeah. If I had a lighter, I'd have been like, yeah. You know, fantastic. You know, the talent that you guys bring.
There's so much talent in LA. Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely,
yes,
and
yes.
that's what the show is all about.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
we're really lucky. But getting to Doug Oliphant and Allison Volk of Drive Theater Company, we're talking about your show 44 Plays for 44 Presidents,
Right.
and we found out something interesting about Allison in the break. do you
You
wanna-
make it sound a little like
It's nothing bad. It's
Bad.
actually
It's just
pretty.
revealed.
It's actually something pretty awesome.
Yeah, because there's a lot that goes on during the break.
Yeah.
a
Oh,
lot,
you guys,
a lot of stuff is revealed.
you're
during
lucky the
break.
cameras are off. during
That's
the break,
right.
let me tell you.
To protect the innocent.
Yes. What were we talking about in the break, Allison?
well, I mentioned that I'm a harpist,
Mm-hmm.
and in the show I actually play. I mean, it's not live; it's recorded. But one of the musical numbers is George Bush Sr., and he sings this like kind of like Disney-ish.
It's like a total
Yeah.
Disney, like ridiculous
Yeah.
musical number.
So one day I was just practicing on my harp, and I was like, oh my god, this would be so funny if I just harped it out, like, you know,
Harp
like,
it out.
Yeah, I just harped it out. So I recorded it and I sent it to Doug, and I was like, hey, what do you think about this? And he was like, that's awesome, let's do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because there was a piano recording, which is great. It hits all the notes. It has all the things. We used the piano recording and a couple other numbers that the festival staff had provided for us for the music. And it was great, but, you know, if you have a harpist who's ready, willing, and can create her own version of the music for the song, it's pretty exciting. And she's in the show, too, so it's like, it's all that more that adds to our production of the show, and it makes it that much more Disney hearing harp music rather than a piano. So it's a really,
rule.
yeah, it's a
Unwritten
great
rule in
addition.
theater, you always use the harpist if you have
That's
an
right.
opportunity.
Is it? I didn't know that was a rule.
It is now.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
it's on the air. It's official.
It's good for me.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So how long have you been studying harp? I don't know why I'm fascinated by this,
Oh.
but it's actually really
Well,
interesting.
yeah, most people are because it's kind of unusual.
Yeah, I've never met a
instrument.
harpist.
Yeah, you have.
Look at that.
I started when I was 9.
9.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was determined to be a concert harpist for most of like my high school career. I played in orchestras all over Colorado.
Mhm.
And then I went to college and I was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm better. Okay. And then I went to college and kind of took a break for a while, and now I'm back.
Back by the. Are you looking to do it become a concert harpist? Are you looking to pursue that right now? Or?
No, not right now. I do like to integrate it into my work. I shot a short film last year and I played in the film as well. It's just fun to put it, make it part of my artistic life again.
Do you ever get called in for auditions because of that skill?
I haven't. Isn't that odd?
That's strange. Yeah, I need to be using you.
It's very odd. I don't know why I haven't.
All right.
Maybe
Maybe
get
down the
word
line.
out about the harp, and then more people will do productions, films, and theater shows that could use the harp, and then you'll get called in.
Good
Well,
idea. We'll just rewrite all of the stuff that's already there.
That's right. Good.
With all this buzz about 44 plays for 44 presidents and Allison being one of the only 2 actors in the show,
There's 5.
There's 5 actors.
boy, I know a lot about what's going on.
Hey, you haven't seen the show yet? You know,
I haven't.
It's all right. Tonight it'll all change.
Excellent.
5 actors though. 5 actors play 158 different roles.
But Allison's the only one that can play the harp.
But Allison's the only one that can play the role of the harp.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So 5 years down the line, where would you like to see Drive Theater Company?
Good question.
Oh, 5 years down the line.
Yeah.
Well, because it started as a professional development tool. The goal was never for it to be the goal was never like to own a theater and to have regular productions being churned out at this theater, and Drive Theater Company manages and produces lots of shows. That was never the intent. It's great. I love organizations that do it. I think there's so many terrific ones, especially in LA, that are out there doing that. And I would love, as a freelancer, to work with those organizations. But I'd really like to see, maybe in the next 5 years, Drive Theater Company being either a company that teams up with a lot of other great organizations in LA or in other cities out there, but never stays self-contained. So, yeah, I've sort of dedicated myself to take it on a project-to-project basis, like we talked about Allison's play, because it was a play that really, really excited me. So that's why that would be the next project to work on. But yeah, so 5 years from now, who knows what will be going on, what exciting people I will have met by then, if other people will have come into the company and established themselves as having some kind of title to regularly work with us. Yeah, so I'm not sure, but
well, I can
we'll
tell,
see.
the way you talk about it, you have such passion in the way you talk about it. I feel
Yeah.
like the sky's the limit for you guys. It's
Yeah.
definitely something I can tell that's close to your heart and something that's important to you.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. So what about as far as, it sounds like you guys do a lot of outreach and a lot of things with other organizations. Have you ever thought about maybe putting on a show at another theater?
Yeah.
And having them put on a show at your theater, doing a little switch like that?
Absolutely. The thing is still that I'm just a person with a mission statement and a handful of other people that would work with us and work with me on projects. So I don't have any space to provide for other people, but I could get, we would rent a space. We could rent a space, or we could go to a company that does own a space and do a co-production, or I don't know, something like that. But again, This is still so new. It's like all of those things will be firsts for me as an individual, and for the company certainly. So
that's great. Just exploring new ground, trying new
explore
things,
and find other people that want to do similar things, and how we can both benefit each other by working together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another thing that I really like about Drive Theater Company is that you guys are very big on social media, and Caitlin O'Brien will get to talking about this stuff later on.
Yeah.
But you guys are huge with using your Facebook, using your Twitter, and social media to get things out there. Why do you think that's important?
Oh man.
I mean, it's like everything now.
Yeah.
Everything is done online, especially in Los Angeles, and Doug has been really great about posting photos and keeping people updated with our progress, and it's like that's how people connect.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Do you think it's maybe giving you kind of an advantage over other theaters that aren't doing it?
Probably.
Well, certainly for younger audiences, it's a great way to reach out to other people that are on Facebook and Twitter, which in the last 5 to 10, it hasn't been 10 years. I don't know how long it's been since Facebook started.
8 years, I think.
8 years, 5 to 8 years. Almost all of the world majority of the world is connected now through this social media tool. And so, especially if you're a company that does not have a theater, does not have an audience, you just started out, the best thing that you can do is put it out on the internet for people to find it. So getting a website, having a Facebook page, keep regular updates going, transparent with your process. Let people see what it is that you're doing. What are the steps that a company has to take to be a company? What does it actually mean to produce a show? What are those things? How does that work? And so we would post, rehearsal pictures as we're going through. You see what, a scene looked like in the early stages, and then you see it live then in front of you, and you're like, oh wow, that's what it looks like now that lights and sound have been added in. And I think it's important for people to understand what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, and normally you would have to wait till opening night to see those pictures, before the internet and all that, because maybe they were posted in the theater.
Right.
But social media, you can see it right when they're posted, right when it happens.
Right, and there's just a culture shift now where we want things right away. We have smartphones and a million.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, we want it, instant gratification, and you got to give it. You have to deliver it to keep people entertained.
Absolutely.
And it's easy now. It's really easy to post pictures, to post an update. If you just do one a day, a little bit on Facebook, couple Twitter things a day. I could be better on Twitter. I'm not the best on Twitter. But
You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Yeah,
we're
I
getting
think
there.
so.
I'm new. I mean, I only joined, 10 months ago or so I'm still learning it. But
Well, that's how I found you, is through Twitter, so you must be doing
oh well, I guess
something
I
right.
did something right.
Someone's
Yeah.
noticing. I don't know if it's the best people are noticing, but
Hey, you're a good person.
I was actually going to say, I saw you guys on Facebook, and then when he mentioned your company, I went, oh, I saw this already. Oh, I need to get closer.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw you guys on Facebook,
Wow.
and he said Drive Theater Companies, and then I saw the postcard and went, oh, I've actually already seen that. So
Ah.
you guys are getting it out
There
there.
you go.
Granted, we're
Getting it out there.
connected.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, there's definitely ways to take it farther. There's definitely ways to discover where we can take. Okay, we have a good outreach. We're getting the word out to a lot of people. We're reaching a lot of people, but there's still that constant question that every theater company, theater producer, everybody has, is how do you take those people and get them into the theater to see the show?
Right.
It's always difficult to get people to come out to see a show. And if we reach a lot of people, that's great, but how do we inspire people to want to leave their comfort zone, to go to a place that they haven't been to before, or anything, and come to see the product that they've seen about online?
Yeah, I personally have a tremendous amount of respect for theaters that are taking the lead with that social media thing.
Yeah.
Theaters like you guys and others.
Yeah.
I think it's extremely important. And, we've said it on the show before, and I've never been able to understand people that say, well, I'm an actor, but I don't want to be on social media because I like my privacy, or I don't want to put myself out there too much. But it's like, what are you doing in this business then if you don't want to
Yeah.
put yourself out there? There's ways of doing it that it's not annoying.
Yeah, and that's it. I think it's finding that way, and for each individual, everybody has a different relationship with their privacy, what they want to keep hidden, what they want to reveal. But that's the thing. There are so many privacy options now with Facebook or with Twitter, so you can choose what you want to share or what you'd rather not.
Sure.
And that's fine. But as long as you share something that's keeping anybody that could be interested in your work seeing it, and it keeps you in the back of their mind, which is important in the long run.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we talked a little bit about your personal history as an actress, Allison. What about for you, Doug? Where did you come from?
Yeah.
What are you doing in LA?
Oh, it's always the question, right? I'm from Connecticut. I grew up in Connecticut. I went to Central Connecticut State University and got my Bachelor's of Fine Arts in theater. I came there primarily as an actor. I was very excited about acting. I acted in high school, and then I went to college for it. And then about a little past halfway through, I met Allison at the O'Neill Theater Center's National Theater Institute program. And a part of the program, you had to direct. And so I directed for the first time in that program, and really, really was surprised by how much I enjoyed it and how I would get... I say I do theater because I really love connecting with people, and I feel like I can connect to a lot of people in the same room through theater, and I think it's a really magical, awesome thing. And I realized in directing that I can shape something that then will connect with people. I can feel their reaction as I'm sitting there watching the performance happen. And I found that then, and that was a really exciting thing. So I went back to my college after that. I directed a production there that was really successful. It got me involved with a theater festival at the Kennedy Center and I got a directing award fellowship thing from that brought me back to the O'Neill Theater Center from a total separate thing. And then I was assistant directing in their summer National Playwrights Conference, and I started to observe different directors and how they would direct, and I was learning more about it. And I always had in my mind that I wanted to move to Los Angeles after I finished college. I liked New York, but I really liked the feeling, the openness, the nature, the surrounded by mountains, and I don't know, the atmosphere of LA. And I thought that it was possible to create great work in a place that I felt really good about. And so I came out for that reason and started connecting with Allison and other people that I knew from college to do theater here. I tried some commercial acting and other things, and that was great. But then after about a year of trying to do a lot of, I was trying to
very unconvincing, Doug.
Oh well, no, because it wasn't that great.
That's
the thing here.
Yeah.
Like I was really actively trying to act and doing stage combat. I was in a fight group, and I did parkour, and I wanted to do stunts and other things like that, commercials. I was going out for commercial auditions while still I was starting. I produced a show for the first time in 2010. Just a project that I had in my head that was really exciting, and I directed that. I was doing all these things, and I felt like I was being pulled in so many different directions, and it wasn't until I said, what do I really love? More, what could I not live without? And that was when I said, I have to keep directing. And so I did that. I've been doing that since, and it's been going well.
So you went from being an actor-director to a director-actor.
Yes, because I definitely I love acting, and I still act in projects here and there, but I consider it a hobby. I just don't put my focus in the business of acting, where I put my focus in the business of directing. As part of starting the theater company and doing all that. These are career things to advance my career as a director. Where acting, if somebody says, "Hey, Doug, I think you'd be great in this show," I'd say, "Oh, great, I'll come audition." Yeah. But I'm not going to go and look for auditions.
Right. Well, it sounds like your time's pretty filled up right now with Drive Theater Company.
Yeah,
and your directing stuff.
But it's funny. It's just how much energy you put in your career. It's so much better if you can consolidate where you're putting your energy, because every person only has so much, and you just kind of feel like you're treading water if you're not really driving forward in what you're doing.
You really do have to be proactive.
Yeah.
I've heard from some actors say, well, my agent isn't getting me auditions, or my agent isn't doing this, or that, or my manager isn't doing that. But it's like, what are you doing?
Right, exactly.
And I feel like you guys and Drive Theater Company are really proactive.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah.
Well, it's also important to feel fulfilled as an artist.
Yeah.
And sometimes going out for commercials can be fun, but then when you're sitting there smiling with your water, it's like, wow, that doesn't fill me up in the way that creating theater and connecting with an audience does.
Yeah. And if you're going to the club 5 nights a week and one audition a week, I don't really think you're an actor either. That's a whole nother thing. But where can people find information about Drive Theater Company? DriveTheaterCompany.org.
DriveTheater.org.
DriveTheater.org.
And to connect with us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/DriveTheater. And that's theater with an R-E rather than an E-R, T-H-E-A-T.
Spelled the right way.
Oh, sophisticated.
That's right.
Nice.
We're also on Twitter, and it's Drive Theater. And website, Facebook, Twitter, those are the big ones.
So everyone check out 44 Plays for 44 Presidents. Yeah,
that's right. So if you're watching, this is the image for our production. And if you are not in Los Angeles, there are still many other productions around the country that are still going, and you can go to playsforpresidents.com, and there's a section on that website. It's on the front page where you can go to find a production. It says find a production near me. You click on that, and you'll see a map of the United States and a little marker on all of the places where there's a production of 44 Plays for 44 Presidents happening. And you can find the one that's nearest you, check out, find out the theater company's website, go to that, see when it's playing, and you can catch that production.
Here in California, we have yours, and then you said 2 in San Jose?
Yeah, and I believe those are already finished. I think they opened earlier, and those are finished now. So for the state of California, if you'd like to see the show, come on down to LA for tonight or Tuesday night on election night. Which
You
I'm
have
very
two
excited about
chances.
spending that election night with a group of people.
That's going to be fun. The
Yeah.
polls close at 7, don't they? And your show starts at 8?
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Yeah.
be right
No, the
after.
polls close at 8. It's 8 to 8.
Polls close
That's
at 8?
right.
Okay.
Close at 8.
And so what we're going to do on that election night performance is we're going to, usually the audience gets to choose what the president is that they want to see the second term, either the second term Obama or the Romney play at the end.
Right.
But I think by intermission, we should know who's our next president of the
Let's
United
hope.
States. Yeah.
That's what-
Let's
But I
hope.
wanted to say one more time. Show that flyer again, because yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a clear shot?
That's a clear shot.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Drivetheater.org.
44 plays for 44 presidents. Doug,
There you go.
Oliphant, and Allison Volk, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Brett.
Thanks, Brett.
Let's hit a quick commercial and come back with Caitlin O'Brien. If you have any questions for Caitlin, make sure you give us a call at 323-247-7443. 323-247-7443. Caitlin has so much going on. Upright Theater Company, the girls. Goodness gracious.
We'll get to that.
That much.
The Girls Camaraderie Project, the boy from New York. She's got a lot going on. So we'll be back to talk with her on La La Land right here on LA Talk Live.
Somebody save
Off camera.
me. I'm doing time. I am a prisoner in my own mind. Behind these eyes, under my skin, I am dependent on the suffering I bring, and I'm lost without reason. I just don't understand. How could I be so damaged in my own hands? Somebody save me, help me break out. I need a break free, help me. High above the world I love.
Welcome back to La La Land on LA Talk Live. You're listening to music from Alicia Grant, a very talented singer-songwriter who will be with us on November 17th. And we're talking right now to Caitlin O'Brien, actress and marketing guru. If you have any questions for her, make sure you give us a call at 323-247-7443, 323-247-7443. And thank you so much for being here again, Caitlin.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
So you have so much going on and so much going on since the last time that we talked to you. You have one of the things that you are working on right now is the Girls Camaraderie Project.
Yeah, I actually just took them on as my most recent social media client. It was started by actress Ariel Jacobs and Lexi Lawson. You may know Ariel from the touring cast of In the Heights, and I believe she was also on Broadway. This was actually started for middle school aged girls to basically teach them about building camaraderie instead of competition for middle school aged girls. Basically, they use mentors and women in the arts community, arts therapy, to basically teach them to build trust with each other. They come in, they do day-long workshops. They basically come in, there's trust-building exercises. They sing, they do arts and crafts. They basically just have conversations with each other. And it's a really amazing thing. And I'm hoping that you'll actually get to bring Ariel on in the future so she can talk a little bit more in depth about it. She's actually hoping to do a benefit concert in December at Rockwell, and they're looking to do their next event in December or January.
Sounds like a great
It's
group.
really exciting. Yeah, it's a really, really neat thing going on. So
Absolutely.
yeah, really exciting.
People can find information about them at facebook.com/wearegpc.
We are GCP, and then they
GCP.
also have a really fantastic website with a ton of information. It's wearegcp.org. They're also on Twitter, so it's very exciting stuff.
Great.
Yep.
And you also do a lot of work with the Upright Cabaret as well.
I do. Yep. Upright Cabaret. I've been working with them for about, I guess, I had just started with them last time I was on your show, and I've been working with them, I guess, for about a year and a half now. And they have a Christmas concert coming up in December. I've got the dates here. Let's see. We've got December 11th, 14th, 16th, and 17th. And they're going to be here in Los Angeles, Palm Springs, and La Mirada. And it's really exciting because they actually just confirmed that James Torme is going to be performing, who is Mel Torme's son. So that's going to be really cool. A lot of people from the Broadway community are going to be performing. They do it every year. It's the 7th annual. Really exciting stuff. So
I got to go last year. It was
Yes.
so much fun.
And I actually performed myself, so
Yes, you did.
hopefully I'll be coming back. We'll see. It's very
I hope so.
exciting.
I think you should do Santa Baby with Will again. Yes.
It was actually
Hilarious.
Baby It's Cold Outside. It was very
That's-
entertaining.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
But yeah,
was
a lot
awesome.
of fun. Yeah, Upright Cabaret is great. It's a staple of the community. Really, really good stuff. So you can also
Absolutely.
find them on Facebook, Upright Cabaret,
Mhm.
uprightcabaret.com.
We've had Chris Isaacson, one of the producers, or well, really
Is the producer.
yeah,
Mhm.
for Upright Cabaret,
Yep.
on the show before.
Yep.
They do fantastic work.
Yeah, they really, really do. It's very exciting stuff.
And what's going on with The Boy from NYC right now?
This is a new musical by the producers of, let's see, they've done $1 Million Quartet, Rock of Ages, and Baby It's You. They're working at the Coast Playhouse. I'm not sure exactly what the opening date. I think they're set for sometime in early September. Ariel Jacobs is actually starring in that, so that's hopefully coming up soon. They're working on getting that out. I know they're in tech right now. You can also find them on Facebook, Boy from New York City. Their website is www.boyfromnyc. Very exciting new musical. Yeah, just find them online.
You are busy.
I know, it's so crazy. There's just so much going on. Yeah, a lot of projects right now. So
The thing that we like about Caitlin on La La Land is she's an actress, but she also keeps really busy with marketing and
Yes.
social media and things like that.
yes.
How do you? Let's talk about that social media stuff. We
Yeah.
touched on it a little bit with Doug and Allison, but what how important do you think it is for an artist to be involved and market themselves through social media?
It's extremely important.
And why?
Well, basically, it is the number one way to get yourself out there. I mean, they definitely touched on that earlier. The internet, easiest way, and it's completely free.
Yeah.
Facebook is free. You can sign up. We had talked a little bit about this earlier, about how once upon a time it may have been seen as narcissistic to
Right.
put a Facebook page up for yourself. But now with all of the privacy settings on Facebook and not wanting to put your personal information out there, you need to have a professional page for yourself as an actor to keep separate from, or did I just say personal page? You need to have a professional page to keep separate from your personal page.
Right.
So you need that there to keep people, notified about the projects that you've got going on. If you have performance videos, if you've got headshots, anything that you've got basically to give people information about you, because you never know who's going to stumble across it. Could be an agent, could be a casting director. I mean, I've had people hire me just from seeing a video off of there before.
Yeah.
It does happen. You never know who's going to see your work. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a great way to keep people informed. So
We had a music supervisor in a few weeks ago, Rob Goki, who told us that he gets 95% of his work through Twitter.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he met his wife on Twitter too. You know? Random.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You never know where it can take you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think it's hugely important.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've gotten all of my work has come through working on Facebook. I mean, that's, I didn't want to be one of those actors. I sound so snobby, but I didn't want to wait tables. I didn't want to answer phones. I was a temp for my first 2 years of living out here, and I just got really sick and tired of doing it.
Sure.
And so I wanted something that I could take on the go, whether I was, I went to Connecticut a couple summers ago to do a show, and I thought, okay, well, how am I going to make money while I do this? It wasn't enough to pay the bills while I was gone. So I did marketing work for clients while I was there, and I was able to, even when I was in the middle of rehearsal, I was sitting there updating Facebook statuses, for these people while doing that.
Yeah.
And it has led to more work. Working with Upright Cabaret led to my, huge client that I just landed, which was Rolling Stone LA, which has been really huge for me. They're this, really great concert and restaurant venue in Hollywood that, you may not know about. They're located at Hollywood and Highland. It's really cool. They do concerts, they do comedy nights. It's a really cool space, and that's been really huge for me. So you just never know what you're going to get. I mean, it's really neat what social media can lead to, the way it keeps us all connected.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So what's coming up for you in the future? Do you have any thing in the fires right now?
In terms of
in
acting
terms of
stuff?
acting. Yeah,
nothing
like performing.
acting-wise right now. I'm personally working on my own cabaret show. So I've got a couple
nice.
different projects. I'm working with a couple of girls that I met at Upright Cabaret on doing like a 3-woman show. Then I've got my own show that I'm revamping that was my thesis in college. So I'm working on getting that going, and hopefully in the new year I'll see if I can get someone to produce that.
Does that have a title?
It's called I've Always Been Shy.
Very
So
cool.
it's pretty much good to go. I've just kind of got to revamp it, since at that time that was sort of about, graduating college and going out into the real world. Now that I've been in the real world, I'm like, okay, we've got to kind of rework some of that framework and the pattern and all that. So
Yeah. Married woman now.
Yeah.
Things are a little different.
Things are a little bit different, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that, but
Very cool.
yeah, it's really exciting. So
And people can find out information about you at
yep, Facebook. That's
Facebook.com.
yeah, my website's very dated. Shame on me. So Facebook is
Okay.
where it's at. Official Caitlin O'Brien.
official Caitlin O'Brien.
Yep. Very official.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Coming back and
Yeah.
hanging out. Come back anytime.
Anytime, you know it.
Very cool. Caitlin O'Brien. Any information about her at facebook.com/official Caitlin O'Brien. Okay, Jill.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
All
it's,
right,
time,
it's
it's,
fine.
it's that time.
It's
let
that
me
time.
let me see. Yeah, is that time?
It's that time.
Okay.
This is CVS pharmacist Jill Colin, and Jill is here. Yes, we got the Jeopardy music. Jill is here to give me a flu shot. This is something that I think everybody should get done every year. I am somebody who came very, very close to having a major medical problem through getting pneumonia once, and so I have gotten the flu shot every year since, and I haven't gotten sick, and I think it's a good idea. I think it's something that people should do. Jill, can you, before you start pulling out needles and stabbing me, can you tell us a little bit
It's my
about?
favorite thing to do.
Yeah, I know. Jill came on last year around this time and was kind enough to give me the flu shot, and she's kind enough to come back today. Can you tell us a little bit about the flu this year? Is it different than last year? Is it kind of the same?
Well, they actually have changed the vaccine a little bit. The H1N1 that's in the vaccine is still the same, but the influenza A and the influenza B have changed in the vaccine. There's a new one for this year. But
Okay.
everyone should get vaccinated every single year, because as time goes on, the effectiveness of the vaccine does tend to wear off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it's good for around 12 months?
Around 12 months, yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Great.
And I definitely recommend for everyone getting it, those 6 months of age and older. When you go to CVS, though, we can do it for children 10 and above.
Oh,
And
that's
adults,
great.
of course. But we can't do it for those younger than 10.
And people can do it through Medicare Part B right now. Is their Medicare Part B covers it?
Oh, yeah. When you go to CVS, we try to bill your insurance. A lot of the regular insurances do cover it. But also, if you're over 65 and you have Medicare Part B, the flu shot is actually free. So it's no charge to those individuals.
Fantastic.
And when you go to CVS, you
And-
get a 20% off shopping pass
Can,
with the flu shot.
This on camera here?
There you go.
20% off
Just a
shopping.
little higher. Just a little higher.
A little higher.
Yeah, and over.
And
Can you get it? You want me to do it?
Will you do it? I can't reach. So you get 20% off shopping pass
There it is.
just for getting your flu shot done at CVS.
That is correct.
Yes. So make sure you get those flu shots, guys.
Oh, definitely. And you can walk into any CVS as long as the pharmacist is on duty. Of course, the pharmacy has to be open. The pharmacist is on duty. You can get a flu shot anytime because all of the pharmacists are immunizers.
Fantastic.
And if you want to come see me, I'm actually located on 18th Street at La Cienega in Los Angeles. It's 1843 South La Cienega. And if you ever want to get in touch with me for any questions that you may have, I can answer all your questions on flu shots. My store phone number is 310-558-0373.
So give Jill a call and ask her any questions that you might have about your pharmaceutical needs.
Is it time?
It's time. Let's do it. Okay, so last time that you were here, it was funny because both of our former co-hosts just happened to be in the room for that flu shot. It was an interesting coincidence, and my former co-host was doing the play-by-play because I couldn't really talk. But we're gonna.
So you want me to be your play-by-play?
Will you be the play-by-play guy? Yeah. When I start screaming.
Okay.
We can do it together if you'd like.
Okay.
We can do play-by-play.
Play-by-play. Okay.
I'm putting on my gloves.
Yes.
Yeah, she's putting on the gloves.
And she's
Brett has pulled up the sleeve. He rolled up the sleeve.
Last time I wore a long sleeve shirt.
Look at those pasty
What's wrong
arms.
with me?
No, it's not funny. I don't even have the vaccine yet in the syringe, but they
love
always
me.
wait for me like this.
They always do, huh?
Always. They're like sitting there, I'm all ready.
case.
And they'll say, yeah, exactly.
Yes, he's
Leave
waiting
my pharma
patiently.
stand alone.
Turning
Yeah.
whiter.
He's waiting
Jesus, that's
patiently.
No, actually, I've given more than 1,000 flu shots, so
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you are not a rookie.
And
I am not, and that's not even an exaggeration.
Van Eric, are lollipops provided in the studio today? Or?
I think they may be gone right now. We had some out in the lobby,
I might have
and
one in my purse.
You know what? As
All right.
I'm doing
yes,
this,
I have some Arizona green tea.
All right, that works.
Ooh.
I did.
How'd you like to get that for Halloween?
I did forget to mention though that CVS also does go to different businesses to give the flu shots to their employees. We actually go out to nursing homes, corporate offices. You know, any people that would like us to come out, you can also call me at that number as well, which is 310-558-0373, and I can arrange to have one of my pharmacists or myself come out to your office or any nursing home and give the flu shot. We don't charge for our services, just for the flu shot, but at the nursing homes, of course, Medicare Part B.
Okay.
If the residents there have it, it's free.
Oh, okay.
Would you come to someone's house and do it? Probably not.
That was
You know what's funny
big.
about
all
I've
I'd ask.
actually been asked that.
I should when you said that I should have did this.
Yeah, that would have been very appropriate. All right,
This
so
would be the
she's
syringe.
So she got the syringe.
Dun, dun,
got
dun.
the
Oh,
syringe,
man.
putting it into the vial.
Putting it into the vial?
Yeah, they're taking it out of the vial. I don't
Taking
know.
it out the vial.
Well, what I do is actually
I'm no pharmacist.
I
Come on.
I inject into the vial so that you get rid of any air bubbles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
we don't want
actually-
that.
Yeah.
I've seen the doctors do the tap 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 on it.
You know
Do
what?
do that?
I'm actually, I am actually really good at just drawing it out and not having any air bubbles. But that tap 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 is getting rid of the air bubbles. But I never have any when I do it.
because you're a pro.
Yep.
So
I've done more than 1,000.
1,000 plus.
she is the expert of all experts.
I hope Mondo and Lexi, the show that's on at 3:00, I hope they don't mind blood on the table. Are they okay?
I think they probably encouraging him over there in there.
I know.
There you go. Yes, right. Just
Yeah.
put it up on the table. There you
Actually, I'm
go.
gonna put it on this side. That's okay.
Good.
Move that
Sure.
over. That's just my little kit.
There you go. There you go.
Perfect.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Brett is brave enough to let everybody in the world see that he's going to get a flu shot.
It's funny. I've heard people say, don't get a flu shot because it has this, that, and the other thing in it. I mean, it could have pumpkin pie in it for all I care, as long as it keeps me from getting the flu.
Exactly, exactly. So, especially after you said that type of experience that you had, you wanted to take care of yourself.
So what you want, did you want to relax your arm? I want you to put your arm down.
Okay.
Relax the arm, man. Don't be tense.
Relax my arm.
All right, look away.
Make it a
Look,
muscle.
I'm good.
don't
Look away. I want to see this. Come on.
So I'm swabbing now with alcohol.
She is swabbing down with the alcohol.
Yes, she is.
She just reached into her shirt, her
Really dirty.
pocket to pull out her smock.
Mondo and Lexi, come on in and watch me get a flu shot.
Having
Yes.
a party in here.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. She stuck him with the needle.
She just put that right in
She
there.
just put it right in there like bada bing, bada boom.
I'm telling you, do it really fast.
Really fast, in and out. You know what I mean?
I felt nothing.
Getting really
I
dirty
felt-
up in here.
That'd be uncomfortable.
There you go. She is
I went there.
she is the expert of all experts.
That is awesome. Thank
Yes.
you so much, Jill.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I am not going to get the flu this year.
Yeah. So
Good stuff.
You were actually mentioning very good. The misconception that people sometimes have is that when you get the flu shot, you actually get the flu. But what happens is that you can tend to get a side effect from the flu shot, but it's so minuscule. Like the most side effect that you should get is maybe a little bit of soreness in your arm. But sometimes you may get aches and pains, you may get a headache, but you do not get the flu from the flu shot. When you
Okay.
get the flu, you're down, you're out. It even hurts to turn over in bed. The side effect that you may get from the flu shot, and it doesn't happen to everyone, maybe a little bit aches and pains, maybe a headache, but mostly just that sore arm.
yeah, because I did take a flu shot one time, and I got kind of like the sniffles. My nose got stopped up, and I was like, I ain't getting that no more.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Jill, is my left foot supposed to be going numb? Or?
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's the other
Foaming
side
at the
effect I
mouth.
forgot to mention.
Yeah, exactly,
I'm kidding,
exactly.
I'm
Don't
kidding.
worry about it. Don't worry about it, Brett. Brave man.
Get your flu shots, guys. Go to CVS Pharmacy. Get your flu shots. It's very, very important. Jill Colin from CVS Pharmacy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, and letting me stick you with that
You want to come back next year and give me my next flu shot?
Of course.
3 years in a row? All right.
Of course.
Sounds awesome.
Definitely.
So we are about out of time. We got about 10 minutes left.
There you go. Yes. Yeah. Give or take. Yeah. You
Yeah.
got time.
I want to make sure I let our audience know about our co-host search that we have going on right now. Starting not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that, the 17th, we are going to be having 6 amazingly talented, incredible people in here to guest co-hosts, one person per week.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff.
These are 6 people that actually took the time to make video submissions of themselves for
That's
the co-host
impressive.
search.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That right there should let you know that they have the potential of being a good co-host if they go into that extent.
Well, there were a lot of people that called or emailed me and said that they were going to send in videos and didn't. So it's really nice that these 6 people, it was important enough to them to take the time to do it.
Exactly.
One of the people took the video camera around to their work and filmed them at their job. Another person wrote a song about La La
Wow.
Land and
Wow.
performed it. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's going to be really cool.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give you guys the co-host schedule real quick. Starting on the 17th, we are going to be having Dorothy Dillingham Blue, followed. You know what? I'm not going to do this in order because I don't have the order in front of me. But these 6 people's names are Dorothy Dillingham Blue, Katie Rubin, Peter Miller, Victoria Ferez, Bonnie Salutikoff, and Wendy Taubin. They're going to be coming in starting on the 17th and for the next 5 weeks after that. And then our audience is going to get a chance to vote on the winner. We're going to put their submission videos up on Facebook, and whoever has the most likes is our new co-host. Yeah, using our social media a little bit.
Just FYI, I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
It's being that you are a male to have a woman co-host gives that woman's perspective instead of 2 men battling off being like, they're trying to be the male. the alpha male battle. You know, you got the opposite sex letting you know how they feel, and then you get a lot of more women listeners.
You know, when the co-host search started, I was kind of thinking that same thing, but I don't know. We got so many good submissions from guys too. It was interesting.
It was up to you.
Interesting.
I'll just put that out there. You know, just put that out there.
I'm not. It's good to have the balance. I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
yeah, have the balance.
But it'd be good to have it. I mean, I'd be happy with either one, honestly.
There you go.
Yeah.
We might just split the the job between two.
Yeah.
Male and female.
Well, we've been really lucky the last 2 years to have two amazing co-hosts in the past that have really connected with our audience in specific ways. So I'm looking forward to the next person.
There you go.
And I've been listening to some other shows on LA Talk Live that you guys have since I've been brought on board. And one of them is a Ben with Mondo that comes on at 3 o'clock. It's going to be coming on in about a half an hour here.
Yes.
And Lexi and Mondo are here from Band with Mondo, and I wanted to bring them on real quick, just 5 minutes, to tell our audience.
No problem.
Tell our audience a little bit about their show, you know, and what they have going on. So
well, come on in.
You guys want to come on over?
Come on in.
I'll move over and share my mic here. We didn't really...
Just like share mic with you.
Yeah, can you share mic? So this is Mondo, or share that one. There you go.
Hey guys, I'm Mondo.
That's for you.
Oh, thank you. and tell our audience.
Lixie.
Hi everyone, I'm Lixie, the engineer, producer and host of Band with Mondo, coming up at 3 p.m. Stay tuned, it'll be awesome.
It's a really hip show. We interview indie bands, and it's filled with debauchery and other such fun themes. And if you'd like to like our Facebook page, Bandwidth Mondo on Facebook, and that's bandwidth like internet bandwidth, BANWIDTH, and you'll have a really good time, I promise.
Yes, we drink and we don't shoot up like they do on this show. But I mean, it's whatever. Whatever is your poison.
Whatever works.
Like, whatever works for you.
So what band are you having a live band today?
Yes. Today we have indie band sensation May McDonough and Company. They're a really fantastic group. They've been playing tons of shows out in LA and Orange County. They will be definitely on our bill for our BWM Jam Out, which is going to be in January 19th for our season 1 closeout show. So it'll be great. Oh yes, and then we have a residency as well at the Shanghai Room in Huntington Beach. So
every third Saturday.
Every Thursday. So it's just like music every day for us. And if you love music and you love underground music and you want to know everything about everything, then tune in at 3 p.m. today.
I love that our show is followed by an underground music show. That's very cool.
Yes, it is.
No comment.
Hey, so I noticed that for your guys' very first show, you had Let's Drive to Alaska?
Yeah, do you know those girls?
I have heard of that band. And they're not girls, are they?
No, they're guys.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
But they act like girls sometimes. It's weird.
Whenever they go to my house, I have to buy extra toilet paper.
All these things happen.
Chris falls in the bushes. He's a sloppy guy, but it's okay. We love him.
We love you, Chris.
Garcia.
Douche.
This is also new. This whole like we can drink on air thing and curse.
Yes. This is the many faces of LA Talk Live, because the FCC has no rules and regulation on internet radio. So as long as you're 21 and over here, you can drink and bring your favorite beverage,
22?
wherever that may be.
That should make Potty Mouth Deborah Puett very happy.
Yes.
So awesome. Thanks for coming on the show, guys, and telling us a little bit about your show.
Flu shots, what is this link with the autism and the, because that's something, it might be a rumor, I don't know, because I'm not a doctor or a physician.
Link with autism and a flu shot?
Something about, like paralysis.
Don't listen to him. He gets information from Wikipedia. It's okay. Don't listen to him.
It's not true.
I was telling Jill my left foot is a little numb, so I didn't know if that was connected to the flu shot I got or not.
You're looking a little pale there.
I know.
Flu shot. That's
because I need to get out more.
Name for the drugs that are being shot up on this show. I'm just kidding. We don't do drugs here.
No. Not on La La Land.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us be on your show.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for letting us ruin your last 5 minutes. We're sorry.
Anytime. You're gonna have to train me on the board or Van Eric one of these days, so you can just show me the wrong stuff.
I'm the best engineer here. I'll screw up everything. It's great.
Perfect.
right.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Bye, guys.
Guys, stick around until 3 o'clock to listen to Ben with Mondo. All right. I don't know. I think we're about out of time, Van Eric.
We are, yes. It's about that time, but
anything any of you would like to say before we sign off here about any of your projects? Want to give shout outs to anybody? Anything like that?
Yeah, well, once again, give the information on how people can get in contact with you, and so that we can see, or they can see the upcoming plays.
Yes, please. That's actually a good idea. Can we go around the table and you guys give out your information one more time?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, so again, for Drive Theater Company's current production, 44 Plays for 44 Presidents, you can go to drivetheater.org, theater with an R-E, and you can find a link to tickets. The show runs tonight at 8 p.m. at the Attic Theater, which the address for that is 5429 West Washington Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90016. The show also plays on Tuesday night, on election night, so if you want to spend your election night with a room full of people learning about the past presidents and who's coming next, you can join us then at 8 p.m. And if you've already seen the show, if you've already seen 44 Plays for 44 Presidents, you can come in and let us know what night you were on and get in for free on Tuesday. That'll be a Tuesday incentive.
Free performance for people who've seen it already.
That's
awesome.
right. And otherwise, it's $15 at the door. It's cash only, or you can buy it through brownpapertickets.com. And if money is tight for you, you can also go to goldstar.com and find 44 Plays for 44 Presidents listed on Goldstar for half price.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
so
Caitlin?
many to name. We are GCP on Facebook, and we are GCP.org. Upright Cabaret on Facebook. Official Caitlin O'Brien on Facebook. That's with a T. Rolling Stone LA on Facebook. Boy from New York City on Facebook. And I think that covers it. Did I leave anything out?
So is that about it?
I think that's about it. You know, there might be a few more.
That should cover you till next time.
Those
you're
are the
on.
ones that I was here for.
Awesome. CVS pharmacist Jill Colin.
And as I was saying, if anybody wants to get a flu shot by me, I'm located at 1843 South La Cienega Boulevard, and that's in LA. It's on 18th Street in La Cienega. My phone number there is 310-558-0373. If you want to call with any questions that you may have, or even if you want to set up a clinic at your place of business, I can send one of my pharmacists, or I can go myself. But it's very, very important that everyone get vaccinated this year. If you haven't already, come see me or go into any of your CVS's that's closest to you. You know they're on every corner.
They are.
They
See
are.
them everywhere.
They are.
CVS taking over the world.
Exactly. All of our pharmacists are immunizers, and they're all really good. We've been trained. So,
That's great.
Yes, so definitely go in and see one of us.
And they put you through a lot of training there, don't they?
Yes, it is intense training, and yes, it is.
Great.
Yeah, we all have to have a license to be immunizers.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
CVS Pharmacy. Get your flu shots, guys. And don't forget to check out Active Dog and actofdog.com. That's ANACTOFDOG. Doing something really great for the pet community. Thanks to all our guests for being here today, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Make sure you tune in next week, guys. We have a pretty amazing show. We have actress Alicia Lara, as well as Alex Parker from the theater company Porters of Hell's Gate, who just put on a show Measure for Measure that got some great reviews.
Nice.
Make sure you check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/lalalandtalk, Twitter at twitter.com/lalalandtalk. You can send us an email at lalalandtalk@gmail.com. And this is La La Land on LA Talk Live. We'll see you at the top.